Hello, this is Martin Brossman and Paul Apollonia, and we're going to talk about how to break something down and sell it on eBay.
Yes, we are.
The key thing here is this is, to me, an example of how you can make money on eBay by finding a skill you have and then leveraging it by either partsing something out, or if, let's say, you love Disney collectible type things, or you love some type of collectible and you know everything about that collectible, then you would be the person to use your skills from the past to leverage it. Paul, to me, is gifted in small engine repair.
Yes.
And what we have here is a blower.
Yep.
That basically probably is not worth fixing.
No, it's not worth fixing. The customer brought it in and it wasn't worth fixing, so I could either take this blower and sell it for probably about 40 bucks on eBay the way it is, or I can part it out as you see here, and we're going to go over the parts and how much they go for and make more money parting it out like this.
Great. Well, why don't we start and talk about what partsing out is, because this is another example of eBay, and we want you to think of a skill you have. Can you take apart bicycles, or is there something that you have a passion for that maybe moving it into parts would be it, or just a passion you have with something and you know more about that product and its ideas than anyone else, so you can start seeing if that sells on eBay as well. So Paul, go ahead, take it over.
Okay, great. There is a lot of money to be made in stuff that doesn't work too. Okay, so we're going to go over going through these parts. Like I said, here's the blower that I could sell for about $30 if I take it apart, put it in a box, and it's gone. Or I can take it all apart and sell it like this piece here. This is a pull cord off of this blower, and this fits probably about 15 different models. So I'm opening up a sale for 15 different buyers to buy this, because it fits this, it fits some weed eaters, and it fits a bunch of other equipment. It fits hedge trimmers, this one little piece. What I like to do is just find an area like this and just start taking things apart. It's very simple. You don't need a lot of fancy tools. A flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, maybe some Allen wrenches. You can even buy a little electric screw driver, a reverse and tighten, and that'll speed up the job. Just make sure, remember, these are metal screws. A lot of these parts and equipment is metal screws into plastic items. Very easy to strip out when you're trying to put them back in. One quick tip is, before you put the screw in, loosen it with your hand until you hear a click, and then tighten it. That means the threads are lined up and you're ready to go. So, like I said, we have this recoil. I always, when I sell it, I always have it pulled out like this, so I can show the buyer the cord when I take the picture, which is very important, because a lot of people buy these either because the spring has broken inside, or they don't know how to replace the cord, so they buy the whole new unit.
Now, even that, you would clean that up, wouldn't you?
Yes, exactly. And all these parts right now in this demonstration, these parts are dirty. Normally, these parts are cleaned. All I do is I use a name brand dish soap. You can buy it anywhere. I do probably 20% dish soap, the rest water in a spray bottle. I spray it, let it soak for maybe a few minutes. Take a brush it off, and take any kind of plastic conditioner that you find over the counter in any auto parts store, and clean it up that way and make them look brand new. That is the key.
This is a great example of, you want to make sure that works.
Yes, it works.
That's a big deal.
Exactly. And I also put some oil in there too, believe it or not, to make sure that it will keep on working, because the worst thing you can do is sell a part and it breaks on the person the second time they use it.
And this is because you know something about
exactly.
this. But somebody could start learning about it.
Exactly.
And get these. And this is something that literally is not worth fixing.
Right.
And in its parts has more value than it does intrinsically.
Exactly. And anybody can do this. Like, let's say you see this sitting on the side of the road.
Yep.
In somebody's trash.
Right.
And if they're home, you ask, hey, is that trash? If they're not home, it's sort of free game. And you go, well, Echo PB1000. Well, let me look at that up on my eBay app on my phone, and you look at sold items, and you see, oh, wow, I can probably make about $100, maybe even $200 just from the parts on this thing. Or let me take it home and I can make a lot of money off of that, but the rest is junk. Okay, so you take that off. Or if you have some tools with you, you can take it off there and leave it in the trash. Right. But there is a lot of money in parts, parting out items. So let's get back to where we were. Okay, so
let's review. How much does this cost if I sell it right? I really have to sell it as is.
I would say about $40.
$40 for it. If it's working, and parts maybe 10.
Yeah,
maybe 10 for parts. If I sold it as is, not
right.
I don't know if it works. It's so forth.
Right.
They pay the shipping. Now let's do a quick estimate of what we'd make here, and just pick it up and do a wild estimate.
Okay.
We know you haven't double check these, so just say.
This recoil goes for about $20 on eBay plus shipping. This is the cover here that protects you from, because it blows and sucks in here. This goes for about another $20 on eBay.
And that's cleaned up a little bit.
Yes, all these items are cleaned up. This gas tank goes for about $15. Very important to have the gas cap with the tank. This fan blade is what goes in here. That goes for about $10 plus shipping. The air filter cover and the whole assembly here goes for about $20. Even the carburetor you can sell. I don't really like selling these carburetors. You got to make it very clear that you're selling this as parts or repair, because these carburetors need to be rebuilt. When I'm repairing something, I normally just buy a new carburetor, but people do buy these used carburetors. Probably about $9 you can get for this, and it's nice because it's real light. Most of these items will ship first class, under 16 ounces.
So let's just back up a second. We got how much for that one right there? 20.
I said about $20
plus
another 20.
20 plus
another 15.
15 plus
another 15.
15 cleaned up plus.
Now this recoil, probably about 20 for this coil. This ignition coil fits so many models of a lot of different Echo products. Probably about $20 here.
Okay, good.
This air filter assembly fits a lot of Echo products, the blowers and weed eaters. About another 15, I'd say.
15 plus.
Carburetor, $9.
Carburetor, 9 plus.
The ends go for about, you could probably sell this about maybe $10.
Now that's a little chewed up. So
it's a little chewed up. You want to make sure that you. I normally don't sell them like this, but sometimes people lose the end of it, or it gets run over by their car in the garage. Probably about $10 you could get for this, and obviously you clean it up.
Okay, and then
these handle?
the
handles and the shells. You can sell these all as one if you like, or you can take them and sell them individually. Probably about maybe another $20 for this.
$20 for that.
The engine itself. Now I could take this engine. Obviously, this is the coil. It would go in there. I could sell it like this, or I can part it out.
If you part it out with that, let's give us an estimate price of that guy.
Well, if I sell it like this, you're probably talking about $20.
Okay, $20.
But if I take, this is the plastic piece for the carburetor, and these crack a lot, I could probably make $10 on this. The flywheel, I can make $20, $25 on that. And there's different parts. I could take this head off and make another $15. Sometimes I just sell this all as one just to get rid of it.
Excellent.
Also, you can sell these screws. All these screws you've taken out of here, you can sell them in the lot.
Okay,
so screws for Echo PB 1000, $9.
$9. So again, price as is, how much?
About $30.
$30. Parts out, $164.
$164. That's like a no-brainer.
Yeah. So there it is. Now it takes a little bit of time, but you got a system set up where you're breaking this down and you're dividing it up, and you got a system of cleaning it and getting it online.
Right. And it took me time-wise about, always seems to go faster when you're taking things apart, about a half an hour to take this all apart to this level.
Yeah, so it's something to think about. So this is a way where you could get something and break it down into parts and be able to sell it and make more than you would on others. And then there are other items like lawnmowers and things where you literally would even make more money.
Yes.
But we wanted something we could take out. We brought this out to the park to show you a nice little setting and be able to see how you parts it out. So this completes this this video on how to part something out. And our goal and challenge to you is find something you might have expert knowledge on, or a family member. Usually it could be some type of toy from the past or something. Start looking up in completed listings like we saw and see if there's a market in the parts and things.
Right.
And all this is building up a collective of revenue that you make on eBay. So,
Right. I say turn a hobby into profit. You know, you have many hobbies. We're into amateur radio.
yep.
And there's a lot of money in that. A lot of people like collecting old stereo equipment. There's a lot of money in that. Just turn your hobby into money.
And you can refine your hobby when you do it as well.
Right. Exactly.
Excellent. Great. Thanks for watching this video.
Hope it was helpful.